A Tarrant County jury convicted Michelle Williams for murdering her husband after she'd blamed it on intruders and then suicide. Jurors decided it was Williams who murdered her husband, Greg, in their Keller home in October of 2011. Months ago, she agreed to a plea deal, but it was thrown out when she said on the witness stand that she didn't do it. She's been followed by a national news crew to try to get some sympathy in this case. Fox 4's Brandon Todd has more from the Tim Curry Justice Center in Fort Worth. Brandon.
Well, Steve, this could have been a very long night for jurors. We were told that if they didn't come to a decision, they would have been sequestered in a hotel overnight. But finally, at 6 o'clock, they returned to the courtroom with a verdict.
As we, the jury, find the defendant, Michelle Marie Williams, guilty of the offense of murder as charged in the indictment.
Michelle Williams stood stoic, swallowing, blinking, but otherwise appearing unmoved by the jury's verdict. Guilty of murdering her husband, Greg, 3 years ago in Keller. The sentence was read after deliberations lasted more than 7 hours. Williams was also tried on 2 other charges. 2 counts of tampering with evidence, one for his body and the other for the gun she used to shoot her husband as he lay in bed. She was found guilty of tampering with the gun, but the 3rd charge?
We, the jury, find the defendant, Michelle Marie Williams, not guilty of the offense of tampering with physical evidence as charged in count 1 of the indictment.
Right before the jurors got the case, prosecutor Jack Strickland told them he would pound the facts, not the table, telling jurors she was after the life insurance money.
This woman killed her husband in cold blood. She shot him to death in their home, in his bed, with her daughter 10 or 12 or 14 feet away. She lied about it, she lied about it, she lied about it, and when she finished lying about it, she kept on lying about it.
Defense attorneys got their turn in closing arguments, reiterating their case that Michelle Williams made up the stories about an intruder and suicide and tried to clean up the crime scene to protect her daughter from the tragedy of her father's death.
She's not a career criminal, ladies and gentlemen. This is not something she had time to think about. She panicked. She was working, like I said, to protect her baby girl, Michaela, who was in the other room.
The family of Greg Williams didn't comment on their way out of the courtroom today. Neither did the prosecutor and neither did the defense attorney, and that's because this isn't over yet. They will be all back in the courtroom tomorrow morning for the punishment phase of this trial. Steve?
And Brandon, she could get life, which is much more than she might have gotten if she'd kept that plea agreement. Fill us in on the backstory on that again.
Right, well, of course, she originally had a plea deal on all of this and even told a judge in court that she was guilty, but then the judge